Hello and welcome back to the channel, where we are on another winter seaside walk. This time we've come to Scarborough on the North Yorkshire coast, and it is the 10th of November, Monday the 10th of November. It's around mid-afternoon, about 2:30, and I thought I'd go for a walk along Scarborough seafront and see what it's like off peak, off season, which is what all these seaside resorts are in now. They're in the off-season period, and I will just show you where I parked for free. Okay, so that's over there is where all the arcades are. That's where all the arcades and fish and chip shops are and everything. And then if you come to the castle on the corner, keep going down the sort of main promenade and then heading toward the other Scarborough beach over there. All this roadside parking between Halloween and the 1st of March is free. You can park all the way down there for free. So if you can't get anywhere on the roadside, on the actual promenade itself, then just keep driving. Just keep driving past all the arcades, and on your left hand side there's just an abundance of free parking at this time of year, and that's where I've parked for free. So we're just going to take a walk all the way along past the harbour and just see what's open, what's not, and just see how busy Scarborough is on the 10th of November. As I say, it is a winter walk. It's not very wintry weather-wise at the minute. It's a little bit chilly, but there's no sun in the sky anymore like there was earlier on. I think the temperature's dropped to about 9 maybe. But there's no strong winds or anything, so it'll be a nice pleasant walk along Scarborough seafront, and I thought I'll take you guys with me. We'll see what it looks like. This is Luna Park here during peak season. There's usually some rides on this ground here. There's usually 2 or 3. I think there's like a Miami, a Crazy Frogs, a couple of juvenile rides. But there's nothing there right now, it's all packed away. I think some of it has probably gone to other places. I know the Crazy Frog packed up in September, late September, to go to Hull Fair. But there's literally nothing at Luna Park at the minute. So it should be a nice quiet walk, and we'll see what restaurants are open, what arcades are open, what fish and chip shops are, and check out Scarborough. I like these little maps that they put up just for people who have not been before. You can come and check out where you are, where you need to be. So this is where we are, we're on South Bay. That's the harbour that we've just walked past. And then that road there all the way around Marine Drive, that's where you can park for free at this time of year, between Halloween and the 1st of March. So you do get a good 4 months of free parking at the seaside. And I do like coming to seasides in the winter. I do enjoy a brisk seaside walk. And there is a few of the gift shops and things open. I think pretty much everything looks like it's open. We'll have a walk all the way down to the Grand Hotel in the distance there, just along this curved bay front. You can park for free on the roadside here if you can get a spot, but it's usually quite difficult, even during quiet times. People do tend to drive down here and get those first if they can't get toward where I've parked, a bit further behind us. There is quite a lot of coffee shops. That's quite a busy coffee shop, look, it's open. I guess they've got some really good views though, and Scarborough is one of those seaside towns. I said this before. Scarborough is one of those seaside towns, unlike many others, where it is still quite popular during close season. Close season is usually around after October half term up until Easter, like March time. That is close season for the seaside towns, and there is a sort of a gradual decline from September through to October, and then a gradual sort of increase from March to May, and then from May onwards till September they are heaving. That's when these sort of places really do thrive, and it is good to see. It is nice to come and walk down these sort of seaside towns and along the front and everything in the summer when it's packed full of people and it's a different vibe and a different atmosphere altogether. But I do quite prefer when it's like this, when you kind of get it a little bit more to yourself. I am hoping to do a full series of the seaside winter walks over the next few months between now and sort of February, March. So do subscribe to the channel if you do want to see those, and if there is, I'm going to cross over so we can have a look in the harbour. If there is any other seaside town that you want to see me go to, doesn't matter how far it is, I'm open to any suggestions. You know, Barbados, Antigua, anywhere you want me to go. It's going to be filey, but anywhere you want me to go, pop in the comments if there's a seaside town in the UK, preferably England, preferably Northern England, but I will do south if I'm able to. But yeah, pop in the comments if there's anywhere you do want to see me go and do one of these little winter seaside walks where we can see what's open, what's not, see how these towns actually exist through closed season when there is really no tourism. As I say, Scarborough is a little bit of a standout seaside town. It is a little bit different to most of the others where they don't seem to close fully ever. I have been before right near Christmas time, maybe Christmas Eve, and it was very surprisingly busy. There was a lot of people. It might have been, I can't remember if it was Boxing Day or maybe the day after Boxing Day, quite a few years ago, and it was so busy. I couldn't believe how many people were out walking along the seafront in the winter. But it's one of those towns where it's got quite a small sort of seaside sort of promenade. It is quite a small area to sort of walk, and you can park on the front if you're lucky enough, or if you've got a blue badge you can park and just go for a little walk. And there's loads of really nice fish and chip shops, loads of nice coffee shops and bars, cafes. Some of the best fish and chips you can get in the whole county of Yorkshire, I think, are on this front. I think Scarborough's best chip shop is down the side of that street there, down Eastborough. I think it's called the Lifeboat. It is one that I do want to try. I did try it many years ago. I do want to try it and record it for you guys. So that will be something that's coming up at some point. Not today because I've already eaten today, but there's Harbour Bar. You can tell just how quiet Scarborough is by looking at how many people are queuing for Harbour Bar. And right now there is none, because that is one of the most popular establishments in Scarborough. There is always, through the summer, there's always a massive queue at Harbour Bar to get your ice cream, and it's really good value for money as well. You're looking at about £2.95 for the soft whippy ice cream with all different flavours. You can get the mega as well, which is like £6.50 I think, but it's massive. It's like a family-sized ice cream with like up to 4 different flavours in a huge giant cone. But that's the harbour there. Through the summer you do often hear of dolphins being spotted in the bay there. And there was a walrus, I think, a couple of years ago. I remember a walrus sort of making himself at home on that little ramp at the harbour. And it made news that there was a big giant walrus there and everyone was coming to see it. I think we did come, but we came a couple of days too late, and he'd already packed up and gone home. But yeah, it looks like most of the arcades are pretty much fully open. nice to see a fair few people on the beach as well, even now, even today, 10th of November, on a Monday afternoon. And look at it, there's still people about. There is one arcade across the road there that's closed. We'll cross over just so we can be a little bit closer to where everything is, because on the left side now, all the way down here, you're just at the beach side, so you have only got the beach, the sand right next to you there. But that fish pan fish and chips is quite often regarded as one of the best in Scarborough, and it is really, really nice. Some of these are closed, look, just this casino Amusements here. Is this still a Papa's Fish and Chips? Does it even say Papa's anyway? Oh yeah, it does. So it is still a Papa's Fish and Chips. And there's Flamingo to go. That's open. The fish and chip shop is open. You don't get many Papa's anymore. There is one here, but most of the others that I know of have closed down now. And there's Terror Tower. Like a haunted attraction. A walkthrough with live actors and scenes from different horror films. But obviously that ain't going to open now. It's only during peak season that sort of thing opens. Not a very busy arcade in there. I wouldn't have thought any of them. I said this in the previous video for Bridlington, which is about half an hour down the road that way. I did say I don't understand how some of these arcades can even afford to operate on days like this. I mean, their electricity bill for today alone must be so much more than what they are going to earn by people going in and playing the machines, because it's just so quiet in the arcades. I think the majority of people that come to a place like this on a day like this at this time of year are usually coming just for the same reasons I am, where it's just a walk along the front, get some fresh air, get some sea air, get out, stretch your legs. I don't think a lot of people will make the decision to go into the arcades and spend money in there. For one, it's coming up to Christmas. Everyone's wallet gets a little bit tighter at this time of year. Everyone's bank balance starts screaming at you, saying, "Feed me, I'm hungry." Just because it's Christmas and it's expensive. But we'll walk all the way down. That's the Grand Hotel there. I don't know why the Grand Hotel always gets such a bad rep. I've stayed in there several times and always really enjoyed it. Always got a really nice room. It's got such good views of the whole bay. I mean, you can see it from here, but from up there it's much, much better. There's like a cafe, like a bar area at the top, and then it's got a big roof terrace that you can come out and you can just sit there. We often go up there in the summer with our picnic stuff, with our sandwiches and things, sit at the tables up there and then just admire the views over Scarborough, all over the South Bay, with a bit of peace and quiet up there, because it's usually fairly quiet and you get a lot of space. Even though down here it can be rammed full and you can be struggling to get seats and stuff at the benches, and there's never anywhere to sit with a table. And you go up there at the Grand Hotel and there's an abundance of tables. Even in the height of summer, you can sit up there with the best views of Scarborough, and it's completely free. And you just sit there and have your food. There's usually a big wheel here. That's not there at the minute. Obviously it gets taken down and gets transported somewhere else during closed season. There's some public toilets down here as well. There is a few different public toilets on this front. There's ones here right near the big main arcade Olympia when you first come down onto the front, and then there is another set of public toilets just the other side of the lifeboat station there, and then another one on the pier where we started this video at the other end of the bay here. St Nicholas Gardens, if you want to get some steps in, that takes you up to the town centre up there, and you definitely get your steps in. We often do that with the buggy. We go up the ramp, and then whoever's not pushing the buggy does the steps because it's much quicker, but it's a workout either way. So I'll cross the road again just so we can get a good view of Olympia Leisure Arcades. We'll get on the beach as well. I want to get my feet on the sand. I didn't do it at Brid. I did the Bridlington video earlier on this morning, so that will be on the channel now. And as I say, there will be lots more of these coming up. I just thought I'd start with Brid, and then Scarborough's literally 25-30 minute drive away from Brid, so thought while I'm in the area I'll just drive on a little bit and do Scarborough as well. But that's Olympia Leisure, massive arcade, multi-floor, and that's the Grand Hotel right next to it. When that was built, it was Europe's largest hotel, and it must have been bustling. It must have been so amazing. I mean, look at it. I get why it's called the Grand Hotel, because obviously when it was built, maybe not so much anymore, because I think it is in a little bit of a state of disrepair, and maybe some TLC needed in quite a lot of areas. But when it was first built, that must have been like the creme de la creme. People must have come from all over the place to come to this Grand Hotel in Scarborough and get a chance to stay there. It's so cool how it's designed, because I think there's 365 rooms, one room for each day of the year. There's 12 floors, so one floor for each month of the year, and there's 4 turrets, and each turret is for a season, so you've got a turret for each season of the year. And it's just in such an amazing location where you get a view of all of that, and from your room you can often hear the waves crashing. But look at this big wide open beach. You've got the spa just down there as well, and there is a few shops. Scarborough Spa's down there. There's a few like gift shops and things like that, and little cafes. And then the chalets to hire, you can just see in the distance back there, look. You can hire those for the day or week. I think they are a little bit more expensive than the ones at Brid. I think the Brid ones come out around £40 to £60 per day, depending on the time of year. I think these are a little bit more. And there's the Beachcomber Cafe there as well. That is actually open at the minute. But listen. It's one of the best sounds you can hear. Seagulls, waves crashing, and not a lot else. And there we go. So that is from one end of Scarborough South Bay to the other end. It is such a pretty picturesque town, and obviously I love it. I like most seaside towns anyway. I don't know why a lot of them do get a bad reputation and people tend to slate them and stuff, but from all the ones that I've been to, especially over the last year or so, I've really enjoyed every single one of them. I've not come away from any and thought I won't go back there. So I do love these seaside towns, but this one in particular, Scarborough, has a little bit more of a personal meaning to me as well, because it was so important for me as a child, and my parents loved it and came very regularly to this place. They had their honeymoon here. So it does always remind me of my mum and dad. So it's nice for me to come and spend a bit of time here. There is another aspect. In fact, this is just one aspect of Scarborough. This is just South Beach, really, South Bay. If you go a little bit further that way, you've got the Italian Gardens over there, and that's just another sort of area of Scarborough with a play area and a nice cafe. There's the Clock Tower Cafe. I don't know if it's the Clock Tower Cafe or the Flag Cafe. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Clock Tower Cafe, but my mum used to always call it the Flag Cafe because it's got a big flag on it. So I've only ever known it as the Flag Cafe, but I think its actual title is the Clock Tower Cafe. But there is Italian Gardens over there. There's really nice walks, really nice views of the water. There's really nice picturesque areas down there, and obviously you've got all this area with the seaside, the traditional sort of seaside stuff like the fish and chips and your arcades and things. And then further on in North Bay at the other end, if you follow that road down where we've got free parking at the end of this curved bay, keep going right down past all the free parking, you'll end up at the other bay, which is North Bay, and that is where P-Zone Park is, and like the Sea Life Centre and the open air theatre is down that way as well. And I've done a video on that from quite a few months ago now. Earlier on this year, I did do a video about that side of Scarborough, so that is on the channel if you want to check that out. But you can come to Scarborough and have all different kinds of experiences. It's not just one sort of standard seaside town. You can come and you can choose the experience that you have, and that's one of the things I really love about Scarborough, that you could do different segments of Scarborough and you have a different experience. The toilets, I thought the toilets at this time of year would be free, but the little shutters are shut, so I guess you have to pay. There is quite often a time when you can come and they're free, you don't have to pay. But today isn't one of those days, which is strange, with it being a Monday in November, off-peak, closed season. We'll have a look inside the arcade, just to have a nosy around and see how busy it is or isn't. And as I say, please do comment in the comments down below. If you've been to Scarborough, what's your favourite thing about Scarborough? Why do you love coming? If you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. I'm interested to know your point of view. And also comment where you want me to go next with you guys. Where shall we go together for another seaside walk in the winter? We'll have a little nosy around the arcade. There's an upstairs as well. Let's go up the stairs and have a little nosy up there, just because the last time I came, I think they've just redone the prize shop and they changed it all around for all the ticket machines where you can win tickets and then exchange your tickets for prizes. There used to be a little stand at the back there that used to be where you get your prizes from, whereas now they've moved it into the old sort of pool hall, which was in this corner. They're really cool. Are they still £1? They are still £1. They're still a bargain then, because most places now have gone up to £2 on those. And this is the huge prizes with the Christmas tree. But that's the big, spacious prize stall now. I think it is a little bit over spacious for what it is. There seems to be a lot of space up there. And then you got your bowling and bowling, darts and everything up here. We'll have a nosy just to see. I did do all this on the last Scarborough little tour video, so I won't go into too much detail on it, but have a little nosy just to see how many people are up here. So there's bowling, 10-pin bowling, there's pool, there's a bar there, another bar down there, and then there's your interactive darts as well. So we have played this interactive dance before, and it is quite cool to do. We've not played it here, we played it in Mablethorpe, I think, but it's quite a cool thing to do. I'm going to head out just because they've got copyrightable music in there now. So that is Scarborough's biggest arcade, and that's how busy it is on a closed season type of Monday. So we'll head outside and keep on walking down a little bit back toward the car. So we've come out now to that area where the steps are. We've come up one level up just because we did the escalator in the arcade, so we'll head back down onto the front. I'm not going to go into the town centre, I usually would, but I'm not going to today. I might do that on another one. We will come back probably after Christmas sometime, January, February, to see if it's changed much from today. As I say, it is closed season until around March, so between sort of now and March there's not going to be a lot of changes. From March onwards things do start to come back and open up again and change, and things start getting constructed on the beach, like the water walker balloons, like balls and things, and trampolines. I would have thought probably by March time the big wheel will probably be back over here, start getting put up again. But this is Scarborough during the winter. As I say, it's not very wintry weather-wise at the minute. It's still fairly mild. I think we've just come out of the warmest October on record. Is that right? Was it the warmest October we've ever had? Or since records began, anyway. And that mild weather has kind of continued over into November now. 10 days into November, and it's not even cold. It's not full coat weather yet. I'm still able to wear my gilet and a hoodie. So we'll have a little walk straight back down now, back toward the car, have another nosy at everything that's open on this left hand side, and then call this one a day. Is there anyone else out there, anyone else watching this video that likes to go to seaside towns in the winter, likes to go for a walk and get the freshest of air because it's not hot and muggy and full of sand being thrown about, and it's just a very different experience to what it's like in the summertime? And I myself personally prefer it like this. I like seeing it busy in the summer, but for me, I prefer it to actually be quiet and more personal, and like you've just got a bit more space. And yes, everything isn't open. The full availability isn't an option for us when it's off-peak season like this, and certain things might be closed, but it's usually good. It's better for parking. If you come in the winter, you can usually park for free, and it's a lot easier to find somewhere. You can get a table for the places that are open, and it's just a little bit more breathable in the winter. But I just like seasides in the winter anyway. Always have, always will. Yeah, the John Bull shop's still open for people to get the fudge and the bacon shaped rock, bacon and egg shaped rock. There is other videos from Scarborough on the channel. I did one in the winter last year, and then I think I did probably another 2 or 3 throughout the year. I know I did the North Bay video, and I know I did the other side, which was the Italian Gardens bit, which I was talking about. So if you want to explore the different areas of Scarborough, I will link those videos in the description box as well. So you can just click on those and have a little nosy. You can even see what Scarborough was like during different seasons. It's not always closed season. Obviously it's very different when it's not. I think on one of the days when I went to North Bay, it was really, really warm, really sunny, and I enjoyed that because I was exploring the sort of abandoned theme park area. There's like an abandoned amusement park that closed 20 odd years ago, and there's still remnants of it. There's still little bits left that resemble what used to be there, and I explored all that, and that was a cool day. I really enjoyed that. So check that out if you want to watch that. As I say, they'll all be linked in the description box. We've got the big hot dog pouring sauce on himself. Another arcade with literally nobody in it. Absolutely nobody. It's just 2 staff members. How can they afford it? Oh, there's somebody at the harbour bar. Might not be a queue, but there is somebody there getting their ice cream. I bet if that was open Christmas Day, people had come for a Christmas Day soft serve ice cream. To be honest, I bet Christmas Day, I've never done it myself, but I bet there is quite a few people walking up and down here on Christmas Day, walking off the Christmas dinner, getting some fresh air, mostly locals obviously. I don't think people will be travelling too far to come and walk along this front on Christmas Day, but I bet there is a fair few people. Another John Bull's there. I don't know why they've got 2 that close together. We could probably save a bit of money by closing one down and saving the rent and business rates on one, and just running the business from one premises. Okay, so we're coming back up now to Sea Bay. This my Sea Bay. It's like a shop that sells, you know, classic sort of pound stretcher type thing. Sweets, drinks, silly little toys, little squidgy toys, and toys that make little noises for kids. Clothes, all sorts. There's some really good architecture on these buildings as well. On this one, they're obviously many, many, many decades old, and that golden ball one there is one of them. I do like seeing it. And there's an old chapel there. And that's it. We've basically walked from the steps up to the castle at this end, from Luna Park, amusement park that's currently got nothing in it, all the way down to Olympia Leisure and back again. So I'll get back on the pier where we started it, so we've done a full cycle, and we'll end the video there. Let me know if you've enjoyed this little walk along Scarborough's South Bay for the start of our winter seaside walk series for this off-peak season. Did do some earlier on in the year, but they was part of last season's close season from 24 to 25. So now this one is 25 into 26. The Anchor fish and chip shop is closed. Feels like it's actually getting dark now. I mean, what time is it now? It is currently 2:36 and it feels like it's about 5 o'clock. It's got that feel about it, like it's getting really dull and early evening, early dusk, but it's only just gone 2:30. None of these little stands are ever open during close season. The rock shop and the food stalls and the waffles and things like that, the seafood, they're really never open off peak. And that's the other toilets down there. I don't know if they're free right now, but the other ones that we saw they're actually charging for. So with them all being council run, they're probably all very similar and they'll all charge pretty much the same on the same days, I would have thought. So we'll cross over if it's safe to do so. Don't want to get flattened. And there's the harbour. You do get some awesome views of Scarborough from up at the castle up there, just behind this building here. But I'm not going up there today because I've done that on previous videos, and you can check them out if you click on them in the description box. Yeah, there is a charge, a 40p charge for the toilets, no matter which ones you pick. So that is it. That concludes this Scarborough Seaside Winter Walk of South Bay for 2025, November. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, pop a like on it. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for lots more content like this. You decide where I go next. Put in the comments where you want me to go. And I do read every comment and I do reply to every comment, so let me know where we should go next. We've got loads more planned coming up for the next sort of 3 or 4 months with these in regards to the winter seaside walks. I hope to do one every week. I will try and get one done at least once a week. So please do use that comments box to let me know where we should go next. Is there anywhere that you want to see what it's like in the winter? Is there anywhere that you've not been to for a while that you used to go to as a kid, or for your family holidays or whatever, and you'd like to see what it's like when it is off peak? Or if you just like to see it, if you just like to go for a walk, and we'll take a stroll around. But I have got a few months now before Easter when everything starts to reopen again, so let's make the most of that and let's do loads more winter seaside walk videos, because I enjoy doing them and I think a lot of you guys enjoy watching them. So if you have enjoyed it, pop a like on it, subscribe for lots more like this, and thank you so much for joining me. Pop in the comments where we should go next and we'll see you there. So thank you and goodbye.